Right, I've unmuted myself. Welcome everyone to today's Kabbalat Shabbat. We have a slight change of plan because Robert has a cold and Stuart has been a real star and he's going to do lead us in Kabbalat Shabbat today. But first of all, we're going to start with the Devar Torah, and that's going to be from Morris. So Morris, welcome, and please go ahead.
Thank you very much. This Shabbos is the 6th day of Hanukkah and Rosh Chodesh, but we also celebrate another festival, one that, it appears, is little known, but still observed in a number of communities, is now gaining traction in Israel. We're very fortunate that this conjunction of these festivals occurs this weekend, because the next time these events align is 2039. Hanukkah, the Festival of Light, has a special resonance for women. Some legends say that the women did the work of redecorating the temple with great zeal. Other stories say that women have a connection to Hanukkah because of Judith, who single-handedly saved her people by killing an enemy general. Judith is frequently depicted on medieval menorahs and is one of Hanukkah's most proactive female heroes. Heroines?
Heroine.
However, this additional festival that I'm talking about is Rosh Chodesh Labanot, also known as Chag Habanot, Festival of the Daughters, sometimes translated as Girls' Day. It's a holiday celebrated by some Jewish communities in the Middle East on Rosh Hashanah of the month of Tevet, the 6th, 7th day of Hanukkah. Jewish communities where the Rosh Chodesh Labanot is most observed is in Tunisia and the island of Jerba, in which the temple priests were exiled and where they preserved many ancient traditions. There's also evidence that it is celebrated in the Jewish communities in Libya, Algeria, Kushta, Istanbul, Morocco, and Thessaloniki. However, it's not clear when the holiday was first celebrated. The holiday is linked to several events throughout Jewish history. The stories of Judith, mother of 7, and the daughter of the high priest are directly linked to the story of Hanukkah. Judith tricked and killed the invading general Holofernes by feeding him salty cheese to encourage his drinking of wine, so that she could kill him once he passed out, and thus allowing the Maccabees to get the upper hand. Another mother of 7, sometimes called Hannah or Miriam, was killed along with her 7 sons by the Seleucids, who refused to give up her Jewish traditions. Hannah, daughter of Mattiyahu, the high priest, protested against the invading governor, who demanded that every young woman sleep with him the night before her wedding. On the night before her wedding, as she was about to leave to go to the governor's residence, she stated that she would reveal herself to onlookers and demanded her brothers, the Maccabees, defend her if they were so appalled at the idea of her revealing herself, as she would have to reveal herself before the governor otherwise. The brothers agreed, and the family approached the governor's residence with faux celebratory attitudes. They were let into the residence, where the Maccabees then killed the governor. Other connections include the story of Jehoshaphat's daughter. Jehoshaphat had just won a battle over the Ammonites and vowed that he would give the first thing that came out of his house as a burnt offering to Hashem. However, his only child, an unnamed daughter, came out to meet him, dancing and playing a tambourine. In order to avoid a human sacrifice, Jehoshaphat's daughter was offered to the Lord in the same way Samuel was offered after birth, and spent the rest of her life in seclusion. Another link is the expulsion of the alien women during the time of Ezra, the scribe. The Megillat Esther says that Queen Esther was crowned in the month of Tevet, and many of the Rosh Chodesh Banot practices are similar to those of Purim. Many families who traditionally celebrated the holiday stopped after immigrating to Israel, but in recent years, Israelis have shown more interest in reviving the holiday. The holiday is also celebrated amongst Tunisian Jewish communities in France. Before the menorah candles are lit, a payut, a liturgical poem, will be sung. On the 7th night of Hanukkah, a special candle lighting ceremony would be held in honor of the Festival of the Daughters. In some communities, each candle lit on the menorah would be lit in the honor of a specific woman or women. In other communities, a second menorah would be used for this festival, and all the family members would light and dedicate the candles. For instance, the first candle would be lit in honor of Judith and all Jewish women heroes throughout history. The second candle would be lit in honor of women heroes that were admired. The third candle would be lit in honor of women teachers and spiritual leaders known to you. The fourth candle would be lit in the honor of Jewish mothers and grandmothers. The fifth would be lit in the honor of all Jewish girls. The sixth would be lit in the honor of your family. And the seventh would be lit in the honor of the Shekinah, a mystical tradition. In mystical tradition, the Shekinah is depicted as female. Women would gather to sing, dance, and since it's a festival, food is involved. Food for these gatherings may include sfengi and maghrabi dough bread to donuts, that is also called bambolini. It is a light, spongy ring of dough fried in oil. Sfengi is eaten plain, sprinkled with sugar, or soaked in honey. Sabaya belebna, a Syrian dish consisting of phyllo triangles with sweet ricotta filling. Other foods include sweet almond balls and cheese. Some of these gatherings include the presentation of all the bat mitzvah girls from the last year. In some communities, women would visit synagogues where they kissed the Torah scroll, prayed for their daughter's health, and were blessed by the rabbi. Now, there's a thought. Women were sometimes expected to reconcile conflicts with each other on this day. Mothers gave gifts to their daughters, and husbands give gifts to their wives. Historically, these gifts from families to the daughters were used to build up the daughter's dowry. Chag Sameach. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Morris. That was something really different. Thank you. Okay, now we'll move along to Stuart, who will lead us in Kabbalat Shabbat.
So, Mara,